See, I'm a loss when it comes to football discussions. Football to me is footy, soccer.
Well,
So
you had to deal with 3 minutes of American football
I
today.
can handle it.
I'll try to keep it to that.
I,
Uh, but I had no idea that Cheyenne was an American football fan, so I had to ask about her team.
well, of course.
Why
I'd ask
not?
somebody if she turned around and said that she was a fan of an English footy team. I probably would have been starting asking questions as well. So, who's your favorite player? What's your favorite team? So
That's right. All right, so we didn't. Where are we? Do you remember where we're at, Alex? We are at the JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa. They do need to trim that
see, you said it wrong
title.
too.
I
It's
don't know
not
where we
just me.
are. We're at the hotel I love. That's all I know.
Yeah, great place.
So last night, Alex and I were at it wasn't the opening reception. I guess it was the welcome reception, the kickoff reception.
Yeah, something
What was
like
it
that.
called? Um, Always held the Monday night of DRJ conferences, typically held outside. The last two have been held inside. In Orlando in March, there was thunder and lightning, which is, a life safety issue. And yesterday, we were required to be inside. I guess if it's above 103 degrees Fahrenheit, we have to be inside. They moved the party inside. It was a good time. They had flatbread. It was pizza, but they called it flatbread. Not even gonna lie, I ate a lot of it. It was fantastic and slept like a bear. But we had a lot of people asking us about Speak and Spark. Very excited
Yeah,
about the broadcast and very excited about Speak and Spark. So we just wanted to mention that for those of you who may be curious about Speak and Spark, it is an online speakers bureau. You can join for free.
yes.
There's no catch, there's no gimmick, there's no spam email, there's no trial purchase, and then you get hit with a $300 credit card fee, which is great. So speakandspark.com, you can sign up as a member, as a potential speaker for free.
Hmm.
Love your feedback on what we're doing, the website, the community, and we will be launching a few exciting things in the
Yeah,
fourth quarter.
we've got a long list of ideas and things we want to accomplish with Speak and Spark, and we were even adding a few things by chatting this morning about it.
Always adding my Alex to-do list. I wish could share it on screen because it just
Longer and
keeps
longer.
getting longer. But thank you to Speak and Sark for sponsoring this hour and welcome to our family.
And I just want to clarify the website too. It's speak the letter N spark.com. It's not and, just
Yes.
so just to clarify that in case you want to have a look and sign up.
We might need to buy that and have it redirect. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. The word speak and spark.
Okay, that's ours. We own it.
All
In case someone else has the idea.
right. So, Alex, here's who we've got coming up today with our guests. We've got Carrie Jasger. We
Yeah.
have Brian Zawada, Mike Gifford, Michelle Turner, Mark Hoffman, Frank Lacoma. We have a lot of people today. Andrew
Yeah.
Lawden and Shane Matthew.
Yeah. Lots of people coming by today. And hopefully my scheduling has everybody here on time.
Yes, Alex has learned painfully that while the state of Arizona is in mountain time, they do not recognize daylight savings time. So half the year they are in alignment with the rest of mountain time, and the other half of the year they're on their own special time, and they do what they want,
Yeah.
which makes sending out calendar invites
Quite the challenge.
delightful.
Yeah. I found out that some of the invites should have been under Pacific time, which would have aligned perfectly with right now. But I went with mountain time and everything got messed up.
We'll see what happens today.
Yeah. It's my fault. I have to take the blame for all of it. So, oh well. I struggle sometimes with Eastern Standard Time and daylight saving times going back and forth, but this seems to be a bigger challenge for me.
So, Alex, the last time you were at this hotel, I believe, was 2019,
Yes.
pre-COVID. Love to get your thoughts on any changes you see, if any, with this hotel and with this conference from pre-COVID to, I don't even want to say post-COVID, but today.
For this one to over the last couple of days, it feels very much like it did back in 2019. Not a lot of masks, um, which can be good or bad. That's your own personal opinion. Um, so people are interacting. There's a lot of people that are chatting with each other, walking around. Um, you know, it feels like it did before, back in 2018, 2019, when I was first here. So, and it's a nice feeling, to be honest, it's a nice feeling not to have worries for a change.
Yeah, I've certainly seen more handshakes, more hugs
Yeah,
than I have at any conference since 2019.
yeah, yeah. It's nice, and I'm quite happy about that. So I guess I won't mention that COVID seems to be coming
Well,
back.
we'll get to
Oh,
that later
geez.
today. We've got some news about the FDA in the United States and the vaccines, but
Yep.
we'll save that, I think, for later on. But it is
Yeah.
interesting. I do um, being able to. I hadn't thought about, like Heidi talked about yesterday, things that are abnormal that become normal that you hadn't
Mm,
think about or hadn't thought about. Going back to shaking people's hands or people who you are close with, giving them a hug, as opposed to the fist bumps, if anything, the last 3 years has been interesting. I think you miss. I think we all miss contact,
yeah.
human contact. So being able to pat someone on the shoulder or shake their hand, I had forgotten how much I missed that. Just kind of waving from 2 feet away is not the same way of showing, hey, you and I are friends.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
It did
So
feel strange a couple of times. Maybe it's because we're still kind of getting back into that routine of giving each other a hug or a handshake. There were a few people yesterday. Lisa Jones, I finally met face to face yesterday. Margaret Millett, some people that I worked with. We all saw each other, shook hands, gave each other a hug, and it was like, wow, It's not that it feels weird. It's just
it's different.
it's different because it's been so long since we've really been able to do that. And it was nice. It was nice to finally be able to do that. Really acknowledge people rather than just a wave or a fist bump or something like that.
So you mentioned meeting Lisa and other people in person for the first time. One of
Hmm.
the things I have loved this year about meeting people in person is we've all, if you work with people you've met through Zoom, if you haven't met them in person. And so the thing that I find interesting and funny every time is when we're all sitting down, we're all the same height.
Yeah.
And so you just make assumptions about this person or that person. Not bad assumptions, but just seeing people this week, there's been some people, um, I don't know, what's the average height of a person? 5'8",
5'10",
five,
five
okay.
something.
So I met someone this week for the first time who's 6'5", and I've met someone for the first time who's 5'1", and I had never thought that they were different heights because every time I see everybody, we're all seated, framed
Yeah.
center. So that's like been a fun, or I guess amusing aspect of seeing people in person is, oh, you're a different height than I had. I just assumed everyone was 5'8" or 5'9" or
Yeah, it's interesting how
whatever.
you kind of come to those conclusions, when you see everybody on the screen. Yeah, we're okay. We're all the same height, and then you do meet them in real life, and you're shorter, or you're taller, or
Yep.
whatever the case may be. It's like, oh, because the camera just makes you look one way,
Well,
makes
yeah,
us all look the same.
we're all in the
You know?
center of a box.
Yeah.
So we're all average
Yeah.
on camera. So that's been interesting. Yeah, so I thought the welcome reception it was packed last night in a good way. There were a lot of people
Yeah.
there, a lot of networking. Free food and drink always draws
Well,
a
that'll draw a
crowd.
crowd.
It's very smart. Thank you to Bob Arnold and DRJ for
Yeah.
the hosting yesterday. It was a good time. I didn't mind so much that it was inside because it wasn't 105 degrees out.
Yeah.
I missed the sunshine, but it was a good time.
Being from up north, in the Great White North, 103-degree temperatures just don't go well with me. I guess it's okay every so often, but you know, not really for any extended period of time. I start to melt.
That might be
Yeah.
our next remote live broadcast. How long can Alex last outside in the heat? And then we can do how long can James last outside in the snow?
Yeah, we'll do
we'll
one in
each get-
Nunavut.
We'll each get a heads up on that one.
Yeah, I won't last long. Maybe we'll go to Churchill for the polar bear when the polar bears come by.
I was born and raised in Michigan, so I did used to do like the polar bear plunges on New Year's Day. But I was admittedly younger and hopefully dumber. Hopefully I'm smarter now than I was in my teens and 20s. That would be, we might have to do that now. I was shocked to the system for your 1,000th episode.
We'll broadcast
or
that live, the polar bear dip. Speak and Spark polar bear dip.
If
we'll raise money for charity.
Our broadcast partners out there listening, if you'd like to sponsor that, we can make a deal.
Okay, I'll film it. You do it.
Fair enough.
So we're coming up close to our next guest, aren't we? I
We
believe I
are.
saw them walk by. Did I?
Yep, I see him right off camera. He's been cornered by somebody. So I'll try to get his attention. This is where I need, Illumina was handing out some purple American style footballs, like as stress balls. And this is where we need some of those because I could just throw them at people. I don't know how they would feel about that. It'd make for good TV, I guess.
Actually, they're from where we are, they're only just over the next divide. We could get a bag and kind of toss them over and have some fun.
They might appreciate that. Or
Marcus and Josh are, what the heck is going on here?
Who's throwing stuff?
If you like that video, thumbs up. If you didn't like that video, thumbs down. But leave me a message and let me know your thoughts. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, stay prepared, everybody.